Well, look at that. What a beast. Marvellous. See if I can fold myself in half to get on it. So, here we are. Triumph. Speed triple. Marvellous. Yeah, what I wanted to see, you see, I've not gone mad. You probably think I've gone mad. Maybe I've gone mad. But what I want to see is, although sorry, just my mirrors. Crikey, they're a long way away. They're okay. My Superbike days are perhaps long behind me. I wanted to just see, is it possible, you know, to have one of these and actually use it realistically to go places, do stuff, rather than just go and do track days and things. So first thing I notice is it is actually remarkably smooth. Just get that back a bit. Hopefully the camera view is not too ridiculous. Oh, it feels very nice and it sounds lovely. And I tell you what, it's more comfortable than that Yamaha MT9 thing that I tried. Yeah, I know, incredible. Oh, if Bertie could see me on this. And there is method to my madness as well, which I'll talk about later. But this is just incredible. Absolutely marvellous. I don't know, something like 150 billion horsepower or something like that. An incredible top speed. And here I am, pootling along at 50 miles an hour. Admittedly, I'm only in fourth, but it's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Not uncomfortable. It's pretty sharp on the handling. Haven't had to touch the brakes yet. Very, very complicated electronics. And it's trying to appease me. What it's offering me now is a round clock, but it's digital and all fancy colours, like a Space Invaders game or something. Marvellous. Oh, look at that. So I'm not going to go silly on it, not while the camera's rolling anyway, but I'm going to go and do the boatyard test and the Suffolk road test, and I might disappear in between time, but I'm not sure that you'll see any of that. So yeah, we'll also have to do the senses test, which we'll do later on. Of course, it's got quick shifter, it's got all the usual gubbins, a gazillion different settings to set up the suspension. I've got it set on comfort because I'm an old geezer, alright? So if you went on a track day, you wouldn't set it like this. You'd want it a bit firmer, I think, particularly if you were going to go very, very fast. So brakes actually quite nice and smooth, but they're set in the middle. You can alter them. Amazing. You get quite a lot for your money. Get lots and lots of electronics. You know, considering really. I mean, you tickle the throttle and you're away. Absolutely away. And do you know what? It's comfortable. It's really, really comfortable. That surprises me. Can't see a lot in the mirrors, but they're not, I haven't set them up. So that's my own stupid fault, isn't it? And they seem such a long way away. I've got nothing behind me. I'm not, Russers aren't chasing me because I'm not breaking any laws, you see. And of course, the quick shifter, the Triumph quick shifter, absolutely outstanding. This is so solid as well, so solid. I think I'm just going to pop round this van. There we go, just popped round this van. This is quite surprising, really. I mean, this bike is capable of phenomenal speed. Yes, it's maybe not the quickest bike, but it's not bad. It's not, it really isn't bad. So now we're getting off the dual carriageway, and I mean, the handling is exactly what you'd expect. You know, I had this theory, in fact Freddie Dobbs raised it, about, you know, to get the best out of the handling on these big super bikes, you need to ride them fast. Well, I can tell you, with this, I don't think you do. It's a fairly usable real-world bike, but it's not a real-world bike. It's like from another planet. It's just crazy, crazy. But down here the road gets really, really bouncy. Where the big lorries have been bouncing with the light loads, and they make the road all juddery. And I think on a few bikes, particularly things like the Yamaha, you hear the voice vibrating. And yeah, so we'll see if it makes my voice vibrate. So it's a really blustery day today. I was talking to a chap while I was there, and he was saying that he'd come on 101,000. So he was really conscious of the wind. A little natter about it, as Ainsworth would say. But as you can tell so far, my voice isn't vibrating too much. One or two had, but it's going to be a bit of a test down the boatyard, I reckon. But we'll see. Bit steady over the level crossing. Don't want to be going too crazy over that. Not on this. What's this car gonna do? Is he waiting? Oh, he's gonna wait now. Thanks, could have told me that beforehand. Thank you much. Thank you much. Red Devil. I don't think you'll pick up the engine because it's so windy today and I'm so far away from the exhaust. But it is lovely. So now we're going to see the test, and you know, I'm half expecting to have no teeth by the time I get to the bottom, but we'll see. We'll see. Oh, look at that, what a gorgeous view. Marvellous. Oh look, lots of cyclists. So we'll see. So far not too bad. I'm only doing 23 miles an hour, which, you know, it's not too bad so far. but it doesn't get any better, doesn't the road? And there's one or two really big bumps like this one. Let's see. Not too bad. I was expecting a lot worse, I can tell you. So, you know, I mean, you would never ever meet a road like this on the normal public highway. This is only the road down to the boatyard that gets like this. So far, my arms aren't aching, my wrists aren't aching, and do you know what? My legs. I used to have a Triumph Daytona 1000, and my hips, gah, it was agony. I used to be seized up, used to have to travel to Cambridge, and by the time I got off, I would be in absolute agony. So let's go down this way. Okay, have a drink of Coca-Cola. I've brought Coca-Cola today. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll do the slow traffic. So I've just knocked it into second. I'm having to feather the clutch a little bit. I thought first was just a bit too sharp on the throttle, but you know, as long as the traffic was doing 20 miles an hour, this would be perfect. So very interesting. Lovely. Look at all the boats. Marvellous. They're getting fewer and fewer. So easy to manoeuvre. Daddle. It's light as a feather really. But then I did have Tigger who was not light as a feather. Look at that. Where's the sun? There. Marvellous. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? Have that out a little bit. And then I've got no key. Look at that. Turn it off. There we go. Marvellous picture, isn't it? Triumph Speed Triple 1200. Now, you might think I'm completely bonkers. It's, yes, it's not Bertie, that's true. But what it is 165 mile an hour, 177 brake horsepower, speed machine. I mean, look at it. I think it's stunning. I saw this when I first came and had a look at the Tiger 660, and do you know what, the RS, which is principally an RS with a bit of a fairing, the RS looks like it's just landed from Mars or something. To me, it must look to me like the adventure bikes look to some people, and I just thought, oh no, that's not my cup of tea. And then I saw this RR and I thought, there's something about it. It sort of looks a little bit retro. I know you're going to say I'm bonkers with that, but it does. Brembo brakes, twin at the front, look, marvellous. Triple cylinder engine, pumping out all those horses. Simply marvellous. Quick shifter, and I've got to say, the Triumph quick shifters, second to none. Don't care what people say. Electronics coming out of your ears. Now, you know I'm not big on numbers or electronics and stuff like that, but you know, on something like this, it's sort of suited, I think. I love this colour red as well, but what I really like is this headlamp, this little round headlamp. I mean, I don't know, there's just something about it. It says to me a little bit retro compared to the RS. Maybe it's just having seen the RS next to it, which looks so deformed and taken apart. I know they're naked bikes, I know that, but this is just phenomenal. That petrol tank, don't know how much it holds, but what I can tell you is that you can get about 150 miles. Not if you're doing 165 miles an hour though. So yeah, packed with electronics. We'll do the sensors on the way back, but I just wanted to show you this. It's marvellous from behind. Little TFTs, marvellous too. All the same dials as Biggles there for travelling through the menus and things. Easy enough to set up, but we'll see how it does down the Suffolk road on the way back. Marvellous. The launch mechanism. Keys in my pocket, don't need to turn anything on. Push that button there. Everything fires up on the screen. There you go, Triumph logo, warning signs, everything. Fire up the fuel pumps. Ready for ignition. Pull in the clutch. And there we go. Simple as that. I don't know what the camera's doing, so I'm going to have to check the camera when we get up to the top. I think I must have loosened it off or something. But it's not bad on these bumps really. I won't want to go too far over them, don't get me wrong. But I've been on worse. Definitely been on worse. And that's an extreme test. Now I need to, before I go anywhere, I need to check the camera, don't I? See where we are. I think we're okay at that. Just tighten it up. There we go. Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt. Quiet lane. Can you see that? Horses, people, small children, cars and bicycles. They've probably put that up there because they've seen me go down there on so many motorbikes. You'll notice a motorbike is not on that picture. So here we go, Suffolk road test. It's so easy to control. What I was expecting, what I thought might happen, is I'd have something completely out of control, something totally unruly. But no, what I've got is a very well-mannered, well-educated young motorcycle. Shapes. And there's the potholes. And the odd thing is, you don't feel like you're actually going very quick, which may be a good thing or a bad thing, because you are actually in fact going faster than you think you are. Lots of cars turning here. Horse poo, evidence of the horses, if anyone needed. I didn't doubt it for one moment. And you know, with this speed twin, the Z650 and so forth, they encouraged you to rag it. This doesn't do that, doesn't need to, because everybody knows it's quick, and you don't feel the need to have to prove to everybody just how quick it is, because it is. It's a fact. No one could deny it. This is a very, very quick machine, and I'm not going to rag it, because that's not the purpose of the exercise today. The purpose of this exercise was to find out whether or not, if you did want to rag a bike, if you wanted a really fast motorbike but wanted to be able to use it all the time, would this be such a suitable machine? And I think it would. It is absolutely splendid. So, to look at, now I realise a lot of people that watch my videos are going to look at it and think that's an ugly motorcycle. Well, for them it may be, but I think it's a lovely looking bike, and I thought that the first time I saw it. Now, I don't think the screen provides me a lot of protection. I've got my visor half open because of the angle of the camera. I can't close it properly, which is a bit of an issue, but something that's not insurmountable. So to look at, I think it's stunning. I think it's stunning in the colour that it's in, this red. I love it. It doesn't have a round clock, but it does have a round clock. It's blowing my mind. I can hardly contain it. I don't know quite what to say about it. So that's acceptable. So yeah, from this viewpoint, I feel slightly evil. It's a sight I could get used to, but it does make you feel a little bit evil. Yeah, there's not a lot on the road it's going to keep up with you if you had a mind to. If you were that sort of person. I'm not that sort of person, at least not on camera. So yeah, look at marvellous. Sound, well, I don't think you can appreciate the sound. I like it. It's that triple engine, and it's got a rip roaring when you go, and I haven't really give it any B's really. Yeah, it does sound, it sounds very throaty. Yeah, it sounds lovely. Very nice. I've got to say, it doesn't lack vocal cords, and I suspect you can probably get a bit of a pipe for it as well if you so chose. So to look at, to listen to, marvellous. To touch, it's quality, I can tell you. I have had a good grip of it, and it is very nice, very smooth, very clean land. Everything's built to a pretty high standard. I like the lines of it. I love the fairing and the headlamp, really like that, and the shape of it, and running your hands around it, it's just lovely. So we'll just get down here. It's very smooth. That that quick shifter's just incredible, and I keep saying it. And the bike actually gets more comfortable the quicker you go. Yeah, loving it, absolutely loving it. So then we're down to so we've done touch. I'm not tasting it, I'm not going to taste it. So we've done sight, hearing, touch, taste. What else we got? What else we're forgetting? Well, I'm not onto the sixth sense, I'm on the fifth sense. What's the fifth sense? Going bonkers. Anyway, we'll skip that onto the because it's just blown my mind. It's blown my mind. It's opened my little teenage brain cells. Yeah. How does it make me feel? Gotta be honest, it makes me feel bloody marvellous. Yes, does it make me feel the same as Bertie, that contentment's gone? But it's a bloody good bike. Price, yeah, it's a bit steep, isn't it? £18,000. £18,000. And you won't see from what I've done where that £18,000 has gone, but I can tell you I know where it's gone from what little I've done, what you haven't seen, and I can tell you this is one hell of a machine. I'd be surprised if there's anything to match it for less money than this, that's for sure. And I suspect it probably matches some more expensive bikes, and I think this looks stunning. That Honda that they're bringing out, can't remember what it's called now off the top of my head, forgot it, I've been remembering it all day, now I forgot it, typical, isn't it? But anyway, that new Honda Hawk, is it, or something like that, 1100, I thought was a bit of an ugly brew. I think what they've done, Triumph here, is a masterpiece. They've taken what to me looked like a bone-shaking monster thing and they've made it respectable. They've made it respectable, that's what they've done. And I think this is a little bit quicker than the RS as well, probably because of the fairing. But 165 miles an hour, you're never going to use that, that'd be ridiculous. But you will have a blast down the back lanes and you'll never get out a third or fourth. And on the bigger roads you might, but it's lovely. It's lovely to ride. Could you ride it as a daily bike? You probably could. If you're a fair weather rider, you probably could. You probably could. In fact, I'd say you could. Could I go to work every day on this? Yeah, I could. I wouldn't want to be out in the wet, even though it's got all the electronics to deal with that. I just wouldn't want to be in this position in the wet, I don't think. But this, I've got to tell you, you know, it's one of the flagships of Triumph, and it is, it really is. And at 18 grand, whilst it's a lot of money, it's a snip. I've really enjoyed myself. I really have. I wonder if they'll let me keep it for a few weeks. The brakes are phenomenal. It's so quick on that takeoff. If you wanted to go quickly, you could so easily. Let's just have a listen to it. See if I can get a sound. Oh, it's just a beast, isn't it? Marvellous. Goodbye, little friend.